It's all about rock, roll, and salvation here at Cedar Creek Church. We're live here at their base camp here in Perrysburg. We're talking all about their Easter weekend services, and it's going to be rocking, it's going to be rolling. Well, what I found out, John, is it is an enormous effort of people just to be able to come out here and give us a little snippet or a preview of their Easter services that are happening this weekend. And believe me, guys, it is a sensation here. I'm here with their senior pastor, Lee Powell. Lee, I mean, tell me a little bit about what goes on into you putting into what is arguably, I mean, your biggest service of the year.
Well, it's full court press. Everybody's involved. We're involved in the preparation about 3 or 4 months in advance.
How important is it for you to have this much kind of this showmanship with it in regards to your faith?
For us, it's very important because, you know, Easter is probably the greatest single event in human history. It splits history if you think about it. If you think about the event of Easter and the coming of Jesus Christ, when you write 2013, it's 2013 years after the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
You have your theme for this year. It's called The Rescue. Tell me a little bit why it's called that.
Yeah, well, if you read the Bible, it's one rescue after another as God is just bailing people out of trouble, and we need to be rescued from our sin. So
you guys got all this great musicians that come in and they're out here and they're playing their hearts out, but I mean there's always that interconnectivity with faith, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, we use contemporary music to relate to this culture. And music, we say, is like the language of the soul. And we're trying to communicate the greatest event in history. We're going to give it our best effort.
And you're going to get a little taste of that best effort coming back in just a little bit. Let's take some information, throw it up on the screen. These are the dates and times for their Easter services this weekend. It's Friday at 5:15 and 7 p.m., Saturday at 1:45, 3:30, 5:15, and 7. And, of course, Easter Sunday, 9 a.m., 10:45, and 12:30 p.m. But we're going to give you a sneak peek of what you can have in store for that coming up in just a little bit. It's an incredible experience just to get a little bit of a taste. Lee, what is this like if it's just your first taste of Cedar Creek?
First taste, I would say to people, it's great music, an inspiring message, and all in this relaxed, casual atmosphere.
We are rocking out. And you know what else was rocking out? The commercial that Cedar Creek has been playing about their Easter Sunday services. Well, let's take a look at that right now.
Imagine the consequences of our own sin. Taken hostage by our own greed. Bound by our appetite to become gods. Humanity had no chance. If not for a king who traced our path. A savior who stopped at nothing to reclaim what was his.
Wow, that was intense. And to find out a little bit more about what happened behind that commercial, I'm here with Senior Pastor Lee Powell. Lee, tell me a little bit about it seemed like a movie trailer.
Yeah, the idea, we're trying to communicate emotion and inspiration, and I think it does that.
It absolutely does. I mean, it's really iconic. I mean, that looks like scenes from Passion of the Christ, which got a whole lot of ridicule for being, like, very violent.
Right, and that was the one question. Did we want to play clips that were a little bit upsetting? But the end of the story is a great story, Easter story.
The Easter story. You can find all about that Easter story this Easter weekend here at Cedar Creek, where they're also going to be having some really awesome live music